Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video on my channel. Now, we're going to sort of knock it back to a video very similar to what we did 2 weeks ago, and it went down really well. It's based around like the necromancy skilling items and whether there's still profits, what profit's like, is it worth doing, is it not worth doing. And I'm only really doing this because it's very highly volatile, it changes price a lot, and I don't really want to sort of throw this in Market Watch because it's quite in depth and it takes a lot up, and I think you'll just add a bit too much on the video, and I try and like not make those videos too long just because we're talking through so many things and it's very intense with what we talk about. I just thought it's quite nice to do on a separate little video where we can talk through all the necromancy moneymakers in terms of the skills and just see where it's like and where the prices change. Now, this is not something we'll be doing too much sort of after this. Maybe we'll look at it in a month, 3 months, and just see what necromancy sort of does in terms of a skill. It's still very much growing, changing and adjusting, and I do think as well with future updates and maybe more content added to the skill, the price of these items will spike as well. So I think for us to keep like a rough idea on how these are doing in terms of prices and profit, it's still very good to keep an eye on. Not only that as well, this will be still a very valid moneymaker for a lot of lower levels, and a very good one at that, and stuff a lot of people will be looking at to make bonds, do on olds counts, and just use as a high form of profit for a very low effort. In terms of the rituals and the necroplasms and stuff, that is a very AFK and low effort skill you can do while doing your main, and you can make enough money to possibly fund both via bonds. So what we talked through in the last episode, so we sort of broke it down into a couple of different segments. So we went through the necroplasm, we'll go through the inks, we'll go through the candles, and then we'll also look at a couple of odd items like ashes, see where ashes prices are, and maybe a few other bits and pieces just to see where like the necromancy landscape currently sits. And not only that, in terms of some other videos as well, I'll be doing a separate video based on the price of necromancy runes and whether it's viable for rune crafting and whether you should be rune crafting those instead of the conventional runes for 99, 120, 200 mil, or just profit in general. And then we'll also have a nice little look at an updated form of where I'm currently training my necromancy combat skill. As this video is recorded, it is the 9th of September. We are currently just off 112, so we are getting there. Again, progress videos are to be released soon, but we are doing decent. Now, because it's a volatile moneymaker, I have seen a comment in the free-to-play video sort of said, you're making these a bit too head advanced. Obviously, because of how many videos I make, the structure of my videos as well, I do pre-record a little bit. However, it has been noted, and I do thank for the comments as well, stuff like this with volatile things which change prices quite heavily, I'll make sure to try and make the day before or the day of edit and upload the video. So let's get started anyway. So we're going to start on necroplasms. So lesser necroplasm is the base one, and that's the first one you're going to make. So this one is selling for 313 GP, which is not too bad of a price anyway. So based off the wiki, the maximum amount of rituals you can do per hour is 90. Now, in terms of rituals per hour, I put it down as is 80 because, to be fair, most people will AFK a little bit. You're going to get some random events. I don't think you'll be fully efficient for the full hour, because if you are, then you can do better, but I'd rather be a bit more realistic and have it a bit lower anyway. So that's going to have it down as 34,000 per hour, and this will be based off 90 necromancy, membership, and also the tier 3 ritual sites with 8x2 multiplier glyphs. Now, if yours is slightly different, you will make less. However, I think in terms of the membership package, 90 isn't too bad of a high requirement for a necromancy level. However, some other things to say is as well, if you are non-members and you can max at level 20, it's roughly going to be about 3.5 mil to 4 mil profit as it stands per hour with no glyphs, and you're probably best to keep it no alteration glyphs until at least level 66, where you can do 4x2 multiply glyphs, which will make roughly about 8.4. And then tier 3 with 8 of the multiply glyphs, you're going to make roughly about 11 mil. But again, this is base, so this is just lesser necroplasm and not really something you would be doing if we've got the other methods available. I would say though, Tome 2, the medium diary, will give you a 5% increase on your necroplasms as well. Absolutely worth getting before doing anything. So then we're going to move on to greater, and that is 750, and that's really cheap. And really like, and then we'll buy powerful as well, and then we'll talk through both. So we have a greater necroplasm at 750, we have a powerful at 1.376k. Again, necroplasm, very cheap, really cheap. In terms of rituals as well, the necroplasm for greater, you're going to roughly do about 45, so you're going to do less. And even with like your multiplier at level 66, you're going to get 2 multiplier, you're going to make 5.3 mil, so you are better off doing lesser necroplasm. And 103, you're going to make 17 mil an hour, but that is with 6 multiplier freeze. So again, that's off the normal G price. You're probably going to make less than that. So really, at the minute, the Necroplasm market is completely like to the floor. And judging by the fact that the Greater Necroplasm didn't sell at 600, this is going to keep going down. So I think Necroplasm, it was really good while it lasted. And it will still be good for accounts with nothing. That is probably the ultimate starter cash. And probably something really good to start off with as well. But maybe it's time to look at other methods as well. In terms of upgrading like lesser Necroplasm, I generally don't think it's worth it. And that's not because you won't make money. I think you will make money. Still, just nowhere near as good as you were. The Necroplasm is so cheap now, I would just buy it. Because the Necroplasm volumes you're going to need to do with whatever you're going to do it with aren't going to be high enough compared to what you can now make with PVM rates, with boss drops, with other scaling methods as well. So I wouldn't be making this, whereas before, because it was so volatile and the price was changing so much and it was really expensive, that justified you buying it. Most importantly, one of the things which justified buying as well was the inks. However, I think what is important to know with the inks is the price of ashes. Now these were always due to go down, but they are still 2.5k, which is reasonable now for ashes. I think that's in correlation to the ink prices, because ink is down. And for points, this was a unreal moneymaker, and it might still be. We've got greater, we need powerful, and then finally we just need... One day I'll get the hang on the Grand Exchange, promise. Regular. Right, so we have as prices regular, the first one, 13.5k. We have the Greater Ghostly Ink at 23k, and we have the Powerful Ghostly Ink at 33. Now to make this, you're going to need 1 Ash, which we know is 2.5k. We need 20 of the Powerful Necroplasm, which we know is 26k? 14k, so let's say 28k. So all in for a Powerful Ghostly Ink, you're just over 30k, and it sells for 33. So there is profit there, and you do make them quite quick. So there's a little bit of money there. Again, not really close to something like Herblore now, like making Sour Brews, making other potions. That is not quite worth it. Good enough if you've not got other options, but not quite good enough for the level you're going to need to make that Ghostly Ink. So the lesser Necroplasm, you're going to need 20 of that, so that's going to be 6k, plus your Ashes, that's going to be 8.5k. That's not too bad for a regular Ghostly Ink, and in fact, that's 5.5k profit. That is more than a Powerful Ghostly Ink. And then finally, your Greater Ghostly Ink is going to be 15k, 17.5, you're going to make 5.5. The Greater and Regular are actually 5.k profit per ink, which is okay, to be fair. You can definitely make over 1,000 now, so that's 5.5k profit. And you might be able to go past that. Again, not a efficient player, so I always go off like the base and the lowest end, so you can always do better than me. And then that way, like, you're not holding to like massive efficiency levels or breakneck speeds or anything like that. I don't like to set the bar too high. Yeah, there's 2 viable methods there, and they're actually the 2 lower leveled ones as well. I think for Powerful Ink, you need like 19 Necromancy, which is just, you're not making money there, so go and look elsewhere. So finally, the things we're going to do last. And to be fair, Jagex made an update with these to make these so better as well. I did loads of these on the Bond account, and when you were making them, you couldn't click through the interface. You had to like use the drop down menu. I'll try and show you when I do this now. But just for point, a candle is a regular candle is 1.1k, which actually isn't terrible. And then a candle, a great candle is 2.4. Ouch. So a regular candle is going to use the base candles you buy from the shop plus a greater necroplasm. So that is like 800 GP profit, which is pretty good. And the greater ritual candle will require the regular candle, which is 1.1k, plus the greater necroplasm. So you're going to be 1950. So you're going to make 500 GP on that. So really, making greater candles is a lot better. And I'll just show you what I mean by this. Because before Jagex did the update, it went to Ghostly Inked, and it would never, even though you only had the viable option to do a ritual candle, it would never select the candle. So every time you went to make them, you had to like click the drop down and go from there. These are really good, and they're actually decent XP in my opinion for what it is, and the fact that you're going to be making money from it. It's actually not that bad XP, and I enjoyed doing it because I could do something on the other accounts as well, and actually made a fair bit of money when I did it. But yeah, candles really aren't that bad. However, these are the best profits out of two. You're going to make 800 GP each, and in terms of making them, you're going to roughly make about 2.8k. So there's a little bit of profit there as well, which isn't too bad. And again, whenever I say like I'm referring to the wiki, I'm using it as a guideline. The wiki is nothing to like go by as a Bible. And again, I've said this in plenty of other Money Making episodes as well. The wiki is there as a guideline. You need to check the prices. You need to check the things. The wiki will give you an idea of speed and how quick they are. But you need to sort of also back that up and try it yourself. I've seen guys which have said you can make 3,000 of this per hour and I'll make 2.2k or 4.5k. Again, it's to trial and error. It's just there to give you an idea. You need to match your prices, you need to work out margins, and then you also need to check that the speed is viable for what you're looking to do as well. But yeah, so that'll be the end of this episode. Obviously, this is pretty much ran its course, I think. Don't get me wrong, if you're a sort of a mid to low level, the regular and greater ghostly inks are pretty decent in terms of making money. But my opinion would be if you need any necroplasm, buy it. There are better methods to do now. If you need any candles, buy it. There are better methods to make money now rather than make it yourself. Ashes, again, there's no point doing ashes. If you're a brand new account and you want to make a little bit of money, collect your ashes. That's pretty good. But all these sort of stuff now, just buy them. There's better methods to do now. But again, if you're a mid-level looking for a little bit of profit, these, the greater and the regular, are the two which are really sort of sticking out now. But like I said, this will probably be the last one for a while because I think, as you can see, we're on the major decline now and I think we'll level out anyway. If I do spot any major necromancy changes, they'll be mentioned in Market Watch, which if you don't know, is the episode I do every Friday where we talk through the Grand Exchange rise and falls. And yeah, really necromancy is just, especially for scaling supplies, kind of just waiting for the next big update just to spike the prices and stuff like that. But until then, I think we'll just cover anything with it for the next big thing. Here is my Dragon Bone flip as well, or investment I mentioned in Market Watch. For a 0.0 buying for 1.8k, and yeah, they're already cheap, but now they've gone up, so it doesn't really bark. But that is the end of this episode. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, please make sure to leave a like. Please make sure to subscribe. Plenty more videos coming this week. We've got plenty of ideas written down for a bit of a change up. I know this week just gone, we've done a lot of Bond episodes. We're pretty much caught up with Season 2. I've got 2 episodes released this week, and then Season 2 finished. But yeah, plenty more stuff coming to the channel. So, hope you guys enjoyed. If you have, please subscribe. Please like the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.